Sanbonani, beautiful souls. I'm your host, Makhosi, your resident oracle, sage, and guide through these cosmic currents. Today, we're diving into one of the most charged lunations of the season. This new moon, the Scorpio New Moon, conjunct Mercury retrograde, conjunct Lilith, co-present with Venus in Scorpio, forming a water grand trine with Saturn and Jupiter, and opposing Uranus retrograde that's at 29 degrees Taurus. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like, a lot is going on. It's intense. It's emotional. It is physical. Are any of you guys go wishing like I am? Like, I am feeling it in my body. This new moon it's transformative, it is pivotal, it's a turning point. It's the moment or a period where something small can really change everything. So let's just take a breath. Let's just take a moment. Okay, let's get into it. So we're only hours away from this lunation. Here in South Africa, it's going to happen at 4:45 in the morning. So by the time some people wake up, it will already have peaked. So this new moon is about more than just planting a seed. It's more about digging them up, especially like an old forgotten seed. You know those what is it called? Time capsules. Have you ever done a time capsule and you buried it in the yard? So this is like that, where we're bringing up some things that were communicated in the past. The information that comes to light now is pivotal. It'll change the direction, it'll change the course of things. There's pivot energy, it's a trajectory shift. Something unexpected, maybe even hidden, comes up and nudges us in a new direction. Maybe purposely hidden, like suppressed. Maybe just hidden because we couldn't handle it then, but we can handle it now. Something comes up, something from the past returns though, something echoes, something resurfaces. And it's hard to ignore now. Now you have to address it. It's coming up because it was not resolved. You tried to move past it, but there was an aspect skipped. Something wasn't fully dealt with there. Maybe there was a conversation that was left hanging, a misunderstanding that needs to be cleared up, something left unspoken. Okay, it comes up. Memory, intuition, instinct, everything just flares up under these energies so that we can deal with this situation. Scorpio and Lilith energy together, it's the uncomfortable truth. It's the inconvenient truth. It's that emotion that we don't want to speak about. It's that situation, those topics that we don't really want to talk about. You know, those hard things, those things that bring shame, or maybe society taught us that it was shameful and that we shouldn't speak about it, you know? Or when you grew up, someone was in your ear about, well, this is oof, we don't talk about that. Don't talk about that. You know, those things are coming up now so we can change the narrative. We have to name them. This can also be like things that are generational truths, or maybe just even desires or subtle resentment that lives under the surface in the family. You know, sometimes it's like those things that we don't really mention and then they start coming up now. Okay, don't be surprised. It's just the moment for us to name what's going on, deal with it, and then move on. This is the beauty of water energy. It is flowing. That is Scorpio energy. It is the water that cuts through the BS. imagine a waterfall, right? That's pretty much an underground river. I used this analogy recently on Twitter, or X. X. Um, Scorpio is the underground river. It's moving underground, but you can't really see it. So things that are happening internally, you can't really see it. It's moving at a fast pace. It moves intensely, so much so that it ends up piercing the earth and causing a waterfall on the side of a cliff or a mountain or something. And just imagine that energy. That's what's happening inside. We have been working, we've been pouring into self, we've been doing our shadow work, we've been transforming, and now we're ready to take on a new form. But something comes up that changes the direction of where this river is headed. So this is not like just repeating your trauma for chaos sake. Okay, because there's a trine with Saturn in Pisces and Jupiter in Cancer. So there's a supportive element to it. There's also an element that allows us to give shape and structure to what's rising. It's allowing us to deal with the situation that is rising, asking us, okay, pace yourself. Okay, growth requires structure, and emotional healing as well requires support. We'd like to think we can do it all by ourselves, but we can't. Talk to someone, reach out, get help. Okay, because you need to have space, you need to have that container for this emotional process. You need to create boundaries, maybe with yourself, maybe with others. It's giving us clarity, it's giving us emotional sobriety, and we're getting like a wait, oh, whoa, I can actually, it's that clarity. But Jupiter brings this kind of cushion that says, I've grown, I've matured. There's a kind of optimism that comes with the energy now. It's like, okay, I'm changing. This is a transformative period, but I have the knowledge from the experience. I have a support system. I have the emotional growth to help me through this. I have this sacred container for the truth to land without overwhelming me. That's why I'm saying if it's coming up, it's because you're ready. And I spoke about it recently on a blog. Scorpio season brings up what's beneath the surface, but it won't bring it up until you're ready. So you can choose whether you want to deal with it now and then allow yourself to take the next step and step into the next version of your life, or this is the part where you press replay and do the whole loop again. But I want to remind you with this lunation that you can handle this. You can do this. You are supported. You are held. You've been through the fire. You're stronger now. Okay. Now let's talk about Uranus. Uranus, as you know, is the disruptor. And retrograde at 29 degrees is the anaretic degree, which brings a certain sense of urgency, culmination to the situation that's happening. So this new moon opposing it exactly. The clarity is sudden. The clarity is sudden. It's unexpected. It's like, I have to act now. So the caution is always to beware of impulsivity, but There's something that comes through now that changes something, rewrites the whole narrative. This unexpected situation might not be so much in your favor, but there is support, there is structure. Might take a little while, might end up delaying things, but we have to hold on to the structure, the container that we have built. Either way, nothing is the same. Things cannot continue the way they've been. Because now we know something different. This energy is, yes, it's ruled by Mars, but Mars is in Sagittarius and it's in aversion to the new moon. And it's not making any aspects at the time of the new moon. So this is telling me this is not do something right now energy, especially not with the retrograde. This is chill, evaluate the situation, look at your options, look at the new information that's come to light, re-strategize, go back to the drawing board. But it's not giving act, do it right now. So with this new moon, revisit what has not been resolved, speak what hasn't been spoken, reopen a conversation, maybe revisit a decision, break a pattern of silence or avoidance, let hidden truths come up. Allow disruption to lead to clarity, rewrite the story where you need to. This is redirection, it's recalibration. This is it. Your 2026 starts now, internally, like the underground river. Horoscopes for the signs. Okay. Aries, your shared resources, the things you keep hidden, unresolved situations in your relationships resurfacing. Maybe needing to renegotiate a financial arrangement or express an emotional truth that you've been sitting on. Uranus may bring a surprise shift in income, spending, debt. So just remember to stay in control. Taurus, your relationships are the focus. Conversations with exes or with past partners, or with the people that you're currently in relationships now. If the conversation was left hanging, it may come back now with more urgency, like you need to finish this now. Someone's actions may shock you. You realize that you've outgrown this old dynamic, but it's a turning point in how you connect with each other, what you tolerate, how you project onto relationships and others as well. Gemini, your work, your health, your routine, your day-to-day, your lifestyle, something needs a change. Something about this that was hidden before becomes clear and is going to change how you go about your day, your life. Maybe a conversation about a co-worker, about responsibilities, with a competitor that will bring some insight. So also watch out for your dreams right now and see what truths are being revealed. Cancer, love, creativity, children, your passion projects get rewired, get a shock, get disrupted. A romantic or creative situation takes a sudden or unexpected shift, forces you to be honest about what you want, and perhaps an inner child wound, an old fear, or a block may resurface. So this transit will help you integrate your emotional wisdom so you can approach joy, pleasure, dating, creativity child rearing with more maturity. Leo, your home, family, and ancestry are in the spotlight now. There's a revelation around this topic, around family dynamics, generational patterns, something you grew up with, maybe released or questioned, family secret, domestic situation may pivot, your living situation may change. Mars encourages you to speak your truth with courage. If you own property, there may also be a change regarding that situation. Virgo, conversation changes everything. Old messages, old emails, old books may come to surface. Miscommunications may get clarified. Hearing the truth from a sibling, someone close by, a neighbor, or a friend. You may be surprised by one of these people. There's a powerful moment of rewriting certain scripts here, especially the mental scripts you tell yourself, as well as how you communicate, speaking up. Libra, your finances, your self-worth, your personal boundaries all activated. There's something about your value, whether it's material, it's emotional, that gets illuminated, that gets shunned. Uranus is bringing an unexpected expense and an unexpected gift. So you need to reclaim ownership over your resources, your energy, your time, your finances. Something needs to be sorted out. Get it together. Scorpio, this is your personal rebirth. Something hidden that you've hidden from yourself, about yourself, or something that you've suppressed is now undeniable. It comes back, stares you in the face. You get some clarity about who exactly you are, your identity, your path, how you were raised and how that affected you. Your next step. It's a pivot in your approach to life, your relationships. Your relationships as well will take shift. There's a redirection here that happens as a result of your relationship shifting, and that's changing you. So your self redirection, or a self redirection that changes your relationships, or both. Sagittarius, something from your, whether it's secrets, hidden emotional pattern, something rises from the surface. Possibly also hidden enemy, someone who was working against you, is revealed. Something private may also be revealed unexpectedly. Something hidden, giving you some sort of insight. Pay attention to any triggers. Now is the time to really confront those things that you need to heal. Spiritual breakthrough is possible, but also watch out for any health scares. Just take care of yourself. Don't take too long. Go get checked out if something does happen. Capricorn, your friends, your groups, your network, your community, it's undergoing a change. There's a pivot that's going to happen. Something shocking shakes your group or your organization. Something about your role in the social group as well starts to get a little clearer. Maybe you are stepping out of an old role or stepping into a new one in this group. The group dynamics are shifting though. Unexpected news may arrive through this group or a team or a friend. There's a powerful pivot for your long-term goals, your gains, your hopes for your career. Aquarius, your career and your public life taking a shift. There's an unexpected shift in your career direction, in your image and your reputation. It's an unexpected revelation or a change. Something becomes clearer to the public about you, and something regarding or in your career gets revealed and gives you some clarity about the direction you really want to take. Possibly seeing a superior in new light, a conversation with the superior may reopen, or a conversation about your long-term direction with the superior reopens. It's time to rewrite your path to be more authentic. Pisces, your beliefs, your faith, your long-term perspectives, they are also taking a shift. Something you once believed in may just not be true anymore. Something shakes you, shakes your beliefs. Something unexpected news from a distance, a sudden insight, or like the voice of God type of thing, like getting an epiphany, especially after prayer or spiritual work. Sudden insight, something shifts your worldview and it rocks your very beliefs. Now you are being asked to solidify your new direction that aligns with your new inner truth. So this new moon is very potent and deeply reflective. It's a moment of revelation that holds you instead of overwhelming you with all the supportive energy. So let what rises rise. Let what needs to change. Trust that whatever's happening now is here to realign you with your deeper purpose. Thank you again for joining me. If you enjoyed this episode, share, like, leave a review, and check out my website. Thank you. Makhosi.